for having me.
Absolutely. So it looks like that you have some guests that you brought here with you. Can you tell us where you all are from?
Brought one of my brothers, Bradley. Uh, we all from Chicago, and of course, Amir. He's from here. Yeah, you know.
Absolutely. So it looks like that you have something on your shirt. Can you tell me what
This
that
is the
says?
new slogan, or you dig? Oh, nothing, demand everything.
Okay, so do you have a clothing line? You have a
I
brand?
guess so. Yeah.
So you have a clothing line and a brand, and how many?
The brand is actually called God Body.
Okay, so how long have you been in business for yourself?
Started my first business at I think 16 or 17 years old.
16 or 17 years old. So most of us, 16, 17 years old, was still at home with mom and dad. So did you graduate high school early? Were you just one of those wise guys?
Sort of got departed from high school early.
Oh.
Early departure. Yeah, as well as an early departure out of my parents' homes as well.
So can you elaborate on that? I know you said that you were from Chicago. It's pretty, pretty hardcore, pretty grimy.
Yeah.
So looking at you now, I would have never thought that you grew up in any type of situation to where you had those things occur. So
Yeah.
can you just elaborate a little bit on some of the experiences that you had growing up in Chicago and just the struggle dealing with your parents at home?
My mama went to school. I went to move to Florida when I was around, I think, junior in high school. I didn't want to leave or whatever, so I ended up moving with my father for the last 2 years of high school. That's when things started going like downhill, like expeditiously. So school turned into just a boxing ring, pretty much, in a rap stage. So I just went to school pretty much to rap and fight, and go home.
So you fish fighting at school.
Yeah, you had no choice.
So was your schools one of those that had like security, or you check in the morning, like?
Oh yeah, with metal detectors.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nine or whatever like that.
I can't imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that? Did you have any mentors in your life? Anybody to guide or to spur?
And on different levels. Yeah, I had some uncles, and we had different type of men in general in our life. You know what I'm saying? It's the type of men that most of these dudes need to have right now. There wouldn't be a lot of suckers out here, but anyway.
A lot of suckers. So let's elaborate on that. So what type of suckers? What do you? Because sucker to me might not be a sucker to you.
No, a sucker's a sucker.
So just
you just have to know how to identify it.
So how does one identify a sucker?
Yeah, it's a language. It's like suckers can get away with doing sucker shit around sucker niggas. And people that can identify suckers, people that's ignorant to suckers, or fools, or frauds, or Sir Capitalots, and all those other type of guys that's out here. But once you know the real, from being raised by real wolves and real hyenas and lions, then you smell them, we sniff them. That's why they don't never want to stay around us.
That's like top notch. I'm gonna have to keep that in my back pocket.
We come, they move. You noticed that, right?
Well, I'm just getting to know you. This is my first time meeting you. So basically, for those of you all who don't know what Empoweredink is about, it's basically a spinoff to my PR firm, Empoweredink. So this is our network. So we are bringing people out to discuss their business needs, what they have going on, just to have a platform for people to be able to talk. COVID-19 really brought a lot of extra, so people stopped talking and just stopped using common sense altogether. So I think this is a perfect time and a perfect platform for people like Hellraiser to come on and talk about things that they're doing actively in the community, things that they're doing to progress regardless of their past, because a lot of us hold on to things that happened in our past and it affects our future. So it sounds like you've completely broken the mold when it comes to that. So what was your first business that you ever had?
Well, you gotta embrace your experiences. I'll never take none of it back, because that's who makes me who I am. That's what makes us who we are. and able to be able to identify things and, you know, not get lost in the sauce, you know, because these industries have different types of people in it that, you know, manipulate other people within those industries or whatever, you know, to protect, you know, their positions and stuff like that by limiting yours. But
that sounds pretty shady.
Oh yeah, shady world. My first business was the greatest vitamin in the world. I was reselling some vitamin. I was working at Starbucks part time, well, full time technically. So I got high school kids from this school called Kenwood, and that was down the street from my other school I went to. And they used to come in. I used to have meetings with them while I'm at work, and so I get them all the pamphlets and stuff so they can study and, you know, everything they need to promote. And I have them pretty much work for me, going out there promoting the vitamin and stuff like that. It was a total flop, but I tried. But I was trying to get it early. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get it early.
So you was the vitamin guy.
For a little bit, for about a couple months, and I dropped it.
And let me find out, you can make me a white chocolate mocha.
Oh yeah, I got fired for well, that was one of the reasons I got fired, because I put extra caramel in the caramel macchiato. You know what I'm saying? Had females drooling over the thing, you know what I'm saying?
So you in there macking over the Starbucks?
Yeah.
Wow.
I used to invent my own drinks, so I used to get mad at that. You know, so well, it didn't work out.
So you got fired. Was that your first job you got fired from?
Got fired from many jobs.
Getting
But
fired,
I was always one of the best employees, if not the best, always. I've got fired from about 4 jobs and got rehired. That's how good I was.
So does it feel like that at some point you were like, I'm not a bad employee.
It's never been about being a bad employee.
I'm a great asset to the company. Did it ever occur that maybe you're getting fired because you were supposed to be doing your own thing and directing the traffic yourself?
Well, I had a problem with time. I wanted to be on my own time.
So that's definitely not corporate.
So me having to be there at a certain place, especially in the morning, didn't work out. Oh, let me tell you that. Me being at work at 6 a.m. in the morning, shit.
So you was one of the guys that basically, you know you late for work, but you gonna stop and get some breakfast.
I'd be the guy that's burning rubber on the E-way, and you can smell my brake pads when I pull up, and I pop up like, yeah. So but we start busting shit out like they be like, this nigga.
That's why they couldn't say nothing if you was late, because they knew you was gonna come and put that work in.
Yeah, every manager or boss I had never wanted to fire me. I can call to this day and they'll still be like, man, you know what I'm saying? So I was always a good dude, you know what I'm saying? Handle business.
So you talked about things that you did wrong in business. Mm-hmm. So looking back to where you were then, where are you now? What is the biggest company that you have now? Because you sent the EPK, you have several.
Yeah.
So what are you pushing, right? What is your main focus?
Well, that identifies another problem that I had. The problem with me and a lot of my people that that I rock with, and our people in general as a culture, we inherit creativity. We're innovators and stuff like that. So what happens is we want to do everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like we want to do, like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do that, and so that's a good thing personally. But the bad thing in business is that you try to present things and sell things all in once. So I have a website, like that one shop stop thing, whatever like that. There's a thin line between that, doing it right, the wrong way, and the right way, whatever like that. How things are placed and positioned is important on how you broadcast your company and the services. So I realized, like the mistake I used to make before, I used to put everything on one site, one company, and boom, you know what I'm saying? It never worked out or whatever. Or one outweighed the other. So what I did now is, if I come up with an idea, I'll go ahead and brand it. I'll get the logos done, buy the domains, you know what I'm saying? Lock that stuff down. Maybe even incorporate it, depending on if I feel like it's something that I'm about to really rock with or whatever. Sometimes you gotta test the water, see if it's even worth that. Because you might just need to do a DBA on top of a company that you already have,
right.
Instead of incorporating a brand new company. So I'll set all that stuff up so the history starts, building or whatever, and then but I may not touch it for 2-3 years now. So I don't have any emotional attachments to any brand. I do, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just have a skill set now, knowing what's to prioritize, how to prioritize things. You know what I'm saying? If I told you how many companies I have, you're like, how? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have at least 25 companies. You know what I'm saying?
That like just blows my mind.
That's just the ones that I'm counting. I probably started about 45 during the pandemic for a whole another strategic purpose for another business.
Started 45 during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. Like 2020 didn't teach you to get on your grind. I don't know what will. Because 2021 has been the year of manifestation for a lot of people for that very fact. They lost their job that they were dependent on, and the self-employed people were able to move and advance. And then PPP and all this free money came out. Did you get a hold of some of that money?
I get a hold of mostly all money.
I know that's right.
I get a little bit, but I don't. A lot of things that people take advantage of, I don't though.
I know that's right.
Like I don't be looking for no stimulus. No, I wasn't looking at the PPP for like forever. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's a certain way you gotta do that stuff, especially when
that stimmy came through and saved a lot of people, man.
When you in the stuff that we into, you can't jump at everything. You know what I'm saying? Some of that stuff be a setup. You know what I'm saying? So if I do some stuff, you know I did it a certain way. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know that's right.
It's gonna be solidified. It's gonna be done, but it's gonna take a little bit more time, a little bit more money, a little bit more, which people be
like skipping. A lot of people ate this year, for real. Just
and a lot of some people gonna be broke. You know what I'm saying? Because they still don't have any form of financial literacy. If you don't understand what to do with 500, you ain't gonna know what to do with 5,000.
Blow it.
Broke nigga mentality. No, more money don't fix that.
It don't, because I've met a lot of people who won the lottery or came into some millions and blew it within the same year. Mm-hmm. Nothing changed.
Mm-hmm. See, you talk to somebody that knew how to stretch, $50 in terms to and stretch so. You know what I'm saying? It's the art of that. That's an art.
It very well is.
And the only way how you do that, how you supplement from no money to being able to still produce, you have to be skilled.
And so how does one be skilled? Because that's the one thing that a lot of people want to know is, okay, I don't have anything else coming in. This is all I have. How can I be skilled to discern? Because I know how much gas to the T it takes to get me from here to there. And if I can stretch to the next week, then I'm going to roll it over to the next week for something. And maybe I don't go anywhere.
Unless it's going to be picking up some money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't used to travel. I don't travel now. And I have many cars. I don't go nowhere.
So those cars that you have, those are now assets.
Yeah, I turn them to assets, and they're company vehicles. I don't own it. I don't own nothing.
You just sound very business savvy, and like you could just look at something or take anything and just mold it and shape it and make it great.
When you come from nothing and was given nothing, that's the skill that comes with that. You know. Have you
been back to Chicago and spoke at Kenwood or places where they viewed you as a problem, or saw people in your community that viewed you as a problem?
Well,
and they see you now?
I was never viewed as a problem. Maybe personally to certain people, but I was never viewed as a problem. I was
never
always
disrespectful. Not the problem child, always in the office looking out the window at everybody else.
I don't know about that, but
the principal's office.
It's like I just was never a problem. You know what I'm saying? It was I was always that guy. Like I'd be the kid on the block or whatever. I'll be going to work and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Applying for jobs. And I might be on the street during at night or whatever. But I'm at work during the day. I'm doing X, Y, Z. I was never confined to a particular jurisdiction. You know what I'm saying? I'll be this, I'll be over here, I'll be over there. You know what I'm saying? So I always wanted to be able to navigate, you know what I'm saying, without limitation. But I always wanted my people on with me type, you know what I'm saying? So I'd be the dude that, you know what I'm saying, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, You know, I get a job, shoot, I'm putting in applications, you know what I'm saying, for my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like doing the applications for them type shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's real love right there.
All they gotta do is show up, in which most of them did not even show up.
Because the application process has evolved, and that mud just kept getting longer and longer and longer.
Yeah, I've been trying to put people in position and sharing the light. You know what I'm saying, in the path. You know, but I realized that
not everybody's gonna see the light.
No, and you can't force them there. I don't even ask somebody. It's just like I realize you we too far behind schedule as a race and a culture to keep on stopping, looking to see, hey, come on, y'all. No. Now, if I happen to stop and take a breath and look around, you right there, good. And I'm gonna keep on moving. If you're not, all right. It's like I'm not gonna, and then carrying on dead weight. We climbing up a mountain. I climbed my first mountain last year.
Wow.
That's literally what it is. You climb that mountain. I'm like, and I climbed it. I ran back up to help people down, help people that need help getting back down.
Would you say that
after I made it? You know what I'm saying?
So basically, thank goodness you're one of those who elevated and reached your hand back down. Would you say that is the best business decision that you've ever made?
100%. 100%. Knowing how to cut off dead weight. Because a lot of times we want to, the biggest mistakes we make is we try to bring people into business that should not be in business, that don't know nothing about business, that conflict with our business, or can sabotage your business because of they might be family, friends, and stuff like that, not making solid decisions based on a person's experience and skill set. You know what I'm saying?
Lord, yes.
Second thing we do is do things prematurely. A lot of people exhaust their resources before they need to be used. You know what I'm saying? Burning shit up. Now when you really need it, you know, the relationship is tainted. Another thing is
and what he said is very important. The relationship is tainted.
Relationship is everything.
Relationship is beyond everything. If you don't have a relationship, you have nothing. It's a black hole. It's over.
Your business insurance policy.
I'm sorry, this is Bob.
Yeah, hi Bob. your business insurance policy is every man and woman you got backing you up. Those are your insurance policies.
And there's not a lot of insurance policies out here.
But people don't understand the value of that. But like my job is to keep the people that have the intent to keep me in my position and to help elevate me the best way they can for me to provide that same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like
the exchange of services.
It has to be mutual.
Well, I totally agree with you in that aspect that has to be a mutual relationship. Again, keyword relationship.
Relationship is everything.
So a lot of times what you did and you said was your greatest decision that you made, the best decision that you made business wise was reaching your hand back down. A lot of people would view that as a mistake because they've done it and got stabbed in the back and things like that, or things caved in or went left. So what would you say is one of the biggest mistakes that you've made in business?
Well, I don't necessarily do a lot of reach down per se. You just gotta be around. You know what I'm saying? It's like in reachable distance.
Right.
You know
for those who want to help themselves.
I'm not gonna go if we on level 10. That's only so far I'm going. I might go to level 8. I might go down there and get a beer. If you down there, oh shit, you wanna come upstairs?
Right.
Whenever you ready. I never close the door. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but I'm not finna go past that because now it's a risk factor. I might, you know what I'm saying? Cause the wrong motherfucker get a clamp on your ass. It's like
it'll pull you down.
Because this is what happens. It's like your level of success in life is always dependent on your favorite 5. The people that you surround yourself and give energy to on a day-to-day basis. Whoever you talk to on the phone every day, that's who you are.
Woo. That's
you know
deep.
what I'm saying?
Look, y'all hear the room get quiet?
Whoever you constantly meet with, whoever you build, that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? Or if that wasn't you, you're going to become that.
Oh, man.
that's why we couldn't stomach. We can't stomach certain things. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's like we're getting infected at this like right now.
I see some head nods in the audience.
That like when you see certain things, it don't, especially if it's us. We're not over exaggerating. There's something going on right now, and we ain't used to this. You know what I'm saying? Not because we don't know what it is. We overly used to it. We know what it is. And we know how much it can affect us negatively. So that's why we react the way we react. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And we create such a degree of separation that we don't, like, they don't come around us. So we don't want to smell you, see you, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. Because we understand the importance of energy and spirits. You know what I'm saying?
It's very important. Definitely protect your energy, for sure.
You got vampires of consciousness. You got people that will suck you dry. They know.
And they conscious. See, you said consciousness, so that means they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, they know exactly what they're doing.
Wow.
They know exactly what they're doing.
So we had a lot of head nods in the audience. So I definitely do want to give audience members a chance to chime in as well on the comments that Generalhail just made. So we actually heard the song "Count It Up" by, I believe, what is your name, sir?
Fatboy No Feelings.
Fatboy No Feelings?
Yes, ma'am.
It was dope. So I definitely want to get your feedback because I saw you really engaged and really nodding your head in agreement.
Yeah, you just like he right, man. When you're around certain energies and BS or whatever, it's just some stuff you just can't let slide no more because there's too much of that patting on the back for bullshit. You know that ain't real, and that's the game everybody playing now, and it's kind of sickening, you know. But when the real come around, everybody kind of fold up and they might tell the truth, or you know, don't nobody want to be in the face of the truth no more.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And they gonna pack up and take all these people with them too.
Wow.
That's the biggest thing. They gonna take all these people with them. Shoot, man, me, both of them, me and them have had our own individual experiences, like in real time. We so many experiences.
Wow.
And me and Amir recently on stuff. We've had times we go places outside this place, other states and shores, and people disappear. You know, it's just weird when they know we coming. It'd be crazy.
Wow. So I definitely always see you traveling, and usually Brother Amir here is definitely always with you. Brother Amir, where's the furthest place that you've traveled with Generalhail?
Oh man, he accompanied me to my birthday, man, my 40th, when we went to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
You know, great shores, man, and sat with some of the local people, and you know, walked through La Perla, man, seen some of the Moorish castles, you know, had a memorable time.
That's super dope.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know you, Amir, definitely let us know what it is that you have, your company.
Amir Khalifa El Bey, also known as Chief Red Wolf. I'm the Chief Minister of the Indigenous Hemp Education Association, which is a tribal educational nonprofit that educates people how to operate on the private side under a federal exemption. And then we have a university called We Educate University that instructs people on how to grow and also how to conduct business on that private side. So
If you're not tapped in, definitely tap in. I'm going to make sure that everyone that is present today, their Instagram, their following is included within the captions so that you can follow them and bite off some of this free game, I think I should call it. That's been given out. He's like, wait. It's not free. Bob's like, foul in the play.
Definitely don't cost.
I stand corrected. Like, let me correct myself. It's not free at all. So the sauce that has been given out right here, right now, is definitely something that you should take advantage of, and definitely check out We Educate University with him as well. And definitely stay tuned for Count It Up, because that's dope. Super dope. So, Generalhail, I mean, I definitely had to shine some light on your guests, but back to you. I really want to know, what do you feel like is mandatory in building a successful business?
Knowing how to develop a team. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody wants a team. I hear it so much. Everybody wants a team.
Together, everyone achieves more.
Yeah, and really depending on the type of business you in, I think that we are in the most challenging places in as far as in industries, right? Because we're not in one particular industry. It's like to really develop a team, because it's hard, because
it is extremely.
If
like just in moving to Atlanta, I found myself in different rooms with people. And it's like, can I trust this person? Can I not?
You just said the word out. It's all about trust. So our foundation is based off trust. It's a huge trust factor, and the problem with our business is that it's like you know, it's like I have to be able to instill things in people. You know what I'm saying? And once you instill something, you can't take it back. You can't unlearn something.
Right.
You can't unlearn it. You know what I'm saying? And there's a certain thing that we do where it's like shit, we literally turn men into gods. You know, men into Super Saiyans around this joint. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of that stuff, you know, people might take, you know, like it's just words, but that's our reality. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So the problem with that is, you know, first of all, everybody not ready to be activated, and then some people are like Vegetas. If you know, if anybody familiar with Dragon Ball Z, you know, he's the guy that's always competing with the niggas in the circle. Like worried about, you know, I want you to be the most powerful motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I want you, you know what I'm saying? I want to be surrounded by the most powerful, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, where did you get that from? How did he? How could he? I'm not gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be like this. He don't look. What's my look? I'd be like, I got it's a grin you will never see.
Got it.
It's a grin that you will never see, because it's a grin that
flying in the wind.
My shit gonna reach from ear to ear. You gonna never see that. It's only when I see certain things happen, and it's like, because if a person that's really powerful and like you know, just like non-insecure within themselves or whatever like that, and know the benefit of being around people that's leveling up, like, dude, that means I'm finna level up some more. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
you feed off each other. It's like who told that story? Was that what we was talking about? Oh yeah, he was talking about another one of our bros or whatever like that used to train him on basketball so he can beat him, so he be competitive enough to possibly beat him, to make him better. You know what I'm saying? Those type of training. You know what I'm saying?
Iron sharpen iron.
You know, it's like, I need you to beat me.
You don't need no butter knives over.
Most people are not gonna train you to be able to even compete with them, because of that. That's when the ego gets activated. You know what I'm saying? So they have to limit, because they have to be that top shotter. You know what I'm saying? But that's still a limitation with things.
Takes away from the team.
They think they winning. That's a limitation. That means you just stopped your growth. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. A lot of guys, especially in these industry guys, they get their titles and their positions, and they are kings. They are kings in those arenas. And the perception of the world, because all these flashing lights and cameras, people think that this arena is big. It's big because it reaches the world, but it's very small. It's a very limitation of power. A lot of these guys are powerful, are big in their head, but no, they don't want. Let's bring them in this room. Then we see how small they get.
Wow.
Just bring them in this room. We accept all challenges.
So,
you know what I'm saying? I love seeing the people that y'all think is so big and so this. If y'all only knew. If y'all only knew.
So what's the failure in identifying?
Oh, failure to identify self, for one.
Like personal self.
failure to identify, because you gotta get past that, because of course you can't identify self, you can't identify nothing around self, because everything evolves around self, everything is a reflection of self.
I believe that's true, because when I first moved to Atlanta, I was given a whole lot of sauce, or I thought it was sauce, but it turned out to be cap. But basically, I mean, a whole lot of cap goes on in Atlanta. You gotta be more careful. But people like
be more careful.
People like Mike, 3 a.m. studios, like you say, you gotta have a team, you gotta be able to trust people. I know if I call Mike, like I called and say, yo, am I ready to go for my show? You know you ready to go for your show. Mm-hmm. It was something that was solidified and was somebody I could trust. I don't have to go back and double check.
You trusted, you trusted it was gonna be ready and available because you did what you had to do, and you valued and protected that relationship. And obviously he's doing that in return, and we're reciprocating that. So there's a dude. That's why it's like, yo, okay, what does he need? What does he need? What does he need? You know what I'm saying? If everybody comes in worried about what the other person needs and what I can do for them,
changes the whole game plan.
The problem is the people know what they want from you. You know what I'm saying?
They squeeze life.
And it don't get past that. Yeah, they squeeze life at you. That's all, they know what they need from you, but they have not took the time to figure out, even think about what they can actually do for you, if they can actually do something. They'll just do whatever to get what they need from you.
So let's talk about skills and resources, the proper skill sets of people, and people who versus people who are just the middleman.
There's an art to middleman and the outsourcing. We good? Okay. There's an art to middleman and the outsourcing. We stay ahead of the game, and we limit competition is because we are the guys that know how to do the things behind the boards. You know what I'm saying? So as a business owner and stuff like that, I give people the analogy of being like if we ran a factory. If we ran a factory, and we know damn well if it's an assembly line type of deal, of course I'm gonna need help. You know what I'm saying? I can't run every portion of each part of the assembly line. You know what I'm saying? So that's like the best example. So you need employees, you need management per department and stuff like that. But a wise man would make sure, even though he's the big boss man and whatever, you know what I'm saying, it'd be in my best interest to still get down there on the ground floor and learn every single position. I have to know.
Say it again.
I have to know every single position within that factory. That's the only way that you actually know how to probably hire the right motherfucker to run that shit.
And no company that I've been to has done that. They've always hired someone from outside instead of from hiring within. And a lot of companies have changed to hiring from within and promoting from within because people have already done the roles. But it never made sense to me to bring somebody from the outside to do a job and manage a job they've never done before. Like, it just never makes sense.
Mm-hmm. That's what people do. That's what a lot of our people do. It's not even a basic forms of outsource. It's people that are literally just like a general referral, but they present it as if like, oh, this is my service. I offer this, I offer that, and they just literally just slide. They take the money, they slide it over there, and they hope they get the work done. So what happens is, people be so thirsty to sell things, they don't even put up enough. First of all, I got to before I outsource something from somebody that I don't know. For one, I'm gonna go through their process first. You know what I'm saying? So even this,
see how it worked for you.
Yeah, I need to be somewhere aware of what you're doing, but I don't need to know it per se. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need to know it all the way around the board for me to decide whether I'm going to outsource or not. What I do need to know, I have to have personal experience on going through the full process of that service before I can present that to the people.
That's very, very smart, business wise, and that's coming from the CEO of all CEOs.
That's how you guarantee it. it's all about guarantees in business. Like, can you guarantee it? If you
So-
can't guarantee it, whatever you say, whatever you sell, or if you can't guarantee, you need to say.
Stand on that
Or at
shit.
least have some results.
You need to say. Everything can't be guaranteed. If you can't guarantee it, if there's room for failure, it's my job or responsibility to let you know. Like, now,
Disclosures.
just so you know, this is not a perfected blah 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 blah. Do you still want it? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Now,
in business, this is what we call the
would that
fine
limit
print.
sales? Of course. But are you gonna risk your credibility to get a couple dollars?
And a lot of folks will.
So these guys are bagging up all this bread, thinking they coming up, but they actually pushing themselves right back down because their name ain't shit.
You stand on that shit like Frank Lucas, man.
I think that was a
You know
whole
what I'm saying?
word just now because honestly, and then a lot of those people, when they do get that bad name for themselves, they try to sprinkle salt on your name because now their name's bad, so they want to bring you down with them. But I think the proof is in the pudding, and people who know you and interact with you know your work ethic. They know what you produce for them.
Man, I've had people do people I've never met, never knew me, do like videos on me. I had
They did a video on you.
remember Harvey Dent. I remember Harvey Dent tried to come at me or whatever. He tried to. I used to wear these. I got sweaters and stuff with certain, third eyes and stuff like that. So his ignorant ass. He like him and his followers. He like, look at him. He worships the devil. And I used to be doing. I'll do rituals of shit. Me in the jacuzzi with fire, all type of shit. I like fucking with people. You know what I'm saying? Like I know because I know people scared. Look, we win because we control the spirit realm. So if I really want to focus somebody, I take it up there, and I don't even gotta say nothing to them.
That's power, y'all. If y'all not spirit, I'm not really religious, but if you're not, what was that, Amir?
Prepare for that justice.
Prepare for justice.
They say people feel what they don't understand, you know. So
what is it that makes people like you, people like me? What is it that we can do to help other people? Because at the end of the day, people need help.
Being 100% transparent and honest about our situations, how we did things, and stuff like that. That don't mean we gotta tell a person every intricate secret and detail of whatever. Like, but whatever we do address is $100,000. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then people ask. I've had people ask me this, and it's actually an insulting question, a little bit to me too often. How much it'd be for you to show me teach me everything you know? Get out of my inbox.
You can't put a price on that. Like
Give him a price, $5 million. It's so stupid.
People really think it's a price that you can just. Let me.
Is somebody gonna pay it?
Now, if I was one of those guys that we were just talking about, just give me, I did. He would have got an invoice that day, and they would have took that man money.
Just like that.
Oh, easy. You know, people that came to me with talking about they just got this settlement or this and that plenty times.
Wow.
And I'd be like, nah, just go ahead and pay this $250. You keep your $50,000. And you get that, we'll start from there, and blah blah. Well, how about we start? Or I do this. I'll say, no. You can say you got $5 million from me. Blah, blah, blah. I say, sound like you probably need to start with a consultation. That'd be $50. $50 for 30 minutes.
$50 to talk to the general.
Like, you'll never catch me selling out or getting my rocks off. Talking about you got a certain type of. I don't care about your money.
It don't matter.
You ain't getting. You know what I'm saying? That don't work over here. No. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. So definitely, I just want to reiterate some key points here as far as business decisions. One, build a team, build a solid team.
Business. Okay, it's a couple different things actually.
Relationships.
It's like, okay, business is personal and personal is business.
Elaborate on that.
There's a thin line between that, but you got to understand how to manage that across the board. It's like business is personal, personal is business, and then when it comes to your personal life, up under your roof, family is business and business is family. You know what I'm saying?
That's absolutely the truth. Because Mike here at 3 a.m. is definitely family. Anybody who needs any type of studio recording, mixing, mastering, studio space to record a show of your own, you can provide your own backdrop. Just, I mean, you know, you gotta come with the cost to pay the boss.
Yeah, and depending on the type of business, will determine, you know, who's even able to even be in a position within that business structure. Some areas of our business, we can't even. A lot of areas of my business, I can't bring in no outsiders.
True.
None. The people that I outsource, that I do outsource, people, you know, well, do you outsource? Yeah. You know, I got ghost units. You know what I'm saying? But these are people that are far, far away. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Far, far away. That work for very little, but do great jobs, and I can hold them accountable based on how I got them contractually tied, and they have no idea on who I am in the world. They're not trying to build their name much simultaneously with my shit. These are dumb motherfuckers you gotta watch out for. You know, so I done activated a couple niggas. I wish I could unplug right now, but.
So when you say you activated them, like you're the socket,
You gotta
let them
realize
plug into you.
you gotta realize the potency of your influence. Like Amir say all the time, we are what? We are the influencers. We influence the influencers. That's real shit. It's to the point where the things that we doing is be beneath the surface. That's related to all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And certain niggas know that shit. So what they'll do is, so these are the guys that y'all know. They don't know us. They know, everybody know these niggas. They don't want them to know us though. You know what I'm saying? But y'all big shots be watching our shit.
Because then they'll be
Because guess what? This is what class is in session. These niggas gonna be watching this shit. They gonna be watching it. You better believe these motherfuckers watch everything.
So they just watch every move you make.
Man, we didn't call niggas in class and other niggas class like this. Like Where's Waldo type shit, studying niggas.
I see a lot of people copy you.
Watch the Wolves, so, you know.
Boy, it is a serious game. And we got real life clones out here too. We got niggas
I see a lot of people
clone literally do
verbatim,
like,
literally word for
sickening.
word. I'm not gonna call them out, but I mean you're the most politically incorrect person in the room, so.
Yeah, I'm not. I let them live because they hang themselves. Because you can never be. You just a motherfucking. You can never be the original. You know what I'm saying? You're and not even a good copy.
Wow.
You're not even a good copy. You know what I'm saying?
Facts copy.
It's like it's only irritating. You know what I'm saying? So, but now they might have a few believers and stuff like that, but eventually that stuff fades. All these people end up fading to the back, and then come back home to motherfucking daddies. You know what I'm saying?
So
that's
you
what
daddy?
happens. Yeah, I'm fucking daddy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Daddy's home.
And the thing about it is, these are facts until a motherfucker challenge you. And I'm waiting.
Daddy's waiting.
All the smoke.
You know,
Bring it on.
they do they sneak this and all. They don't ever put no names in that shit. We waiting. That's why we letting them live, because they know they smart enough. You better not put no names in that shit, cause you gonna. That's it. You put them on the phone.
We pulling up.
But we in peace. Don't you in peace?
So we do come in peace, but we will pull.